it's just like, you know, uh, this was actually the face of the confrontation. It was actually between the chairman of the Commission on Audit and me. And he was asked if he literally met with me, and he said something like, "Who is Heidi Mendoza? I do not know her. There are more than 8,000 auditors at the Commission on Audit, and I do not know her." So, but then of course, I insisted that I once worked with the Commission on Audit. I was asked to conduct an audit. And in the middle of the debate, really, they are claiming that no audit report. So in my frustration, I think in the hearing at the Congress, I said something like, okay, if there is no audit report, then let us call the report a Heidi Mendoza report. Okay? So it was a bit emotional because I couldn't really believe that my own people disowned me. I went against the Office of the Ombudsman. I went against the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So it is really, really very, very difficult on my part. But you know, I think something that we have to thank for in the country is the media, of course, which is able to create a lot of public interest. But I can tell you that we were able to sustain public interest because aside from the focus of the media, we also conduct pockets of fora where, you know, ordinary citizen, organized groups, professional groups, the academe, and some religious sectors, especially Catholic schools, will organize talks, and I will be invited. George Rabusa will be invited, and we're going to share our story. So we did not really solely rely on the media, because definitely there are lots of happenings, lots of articles that usually hug the limelight, and really, it is very easy to keep them away from public eye. So the challenge really is, how do you sustain public interest by relying on the media, and rather organizing packets of discussion and using an extensive network. So I think we were kind of successful in doing that. That's why there was a sustained public informed decision and interest. And I must admit that this sustained public interest also paved the way, or perhaps put the pressure on the Supreme Court to lift the ex-ante order. Remember, there's an ex-ante order. That's why the impeachment of the Ombudsman could not start at the level of the House, because the Supreme Court has not yet lifted the ex-ante order. And I have to credit it, of course, to my husband. He went out during a candle lighting celebration in the campus in Ateneo de Manila, which is another Jesuit university in the Philippines, and he said something like, you know, we're appealing to the Supreme Court to lift the ex-ante order. But you know, immediately after that, we received a threat. And so, you know, it's really like kind of confusing. But we're still a bit thankful that the Supreme Court did lift the ex-ante order, and the impeachment was started at the level of the Congress. And as you may have heard of, Ombudsman Gutierrez resigned. So what's the implication now? The country will be spared from, you know, a painful and a long process of debate, which of course will entail so much resources. So where are we right now? Despite the fact that I have rocked the institution so much, despite the fact that many are not happy for me going back to the Commission on Audit, I was appointed as Commissioner of the Commission on Audit last April 5. And together with me is Grace Tan, who is a certified public accountant as well, and a practicing lawyer. Together, we both agree, and we both promise to institute reforms, to file the appropriate cases, and to conduct audit where they are needed. It is also both of us are also intending to engage constructively with the public, bring COA closely to the public, and perhaps explore possible participatory audits so that there will be strong ownership among the people, so that, you know, we will not run up with cases wherein we will just burn long and overdue public expectations that can hardly be satisfied because of difficulty of filing cases, you know, a very defective judicial system, and poor or limited resources. So we're going to conduct participatory audits, especially in terms of the utilization of the pork barrel of the congressman. But of course, we are not yet confirmed. And there's still a lot of politics behind. And therefore, I'm not sure whether there will be, we will be confirmed, okay? But nevertheless, the idea is that both of us will go together for confirmation, and if one is not confirmed, both of us will leave to commission an audit. It is a promise, okay? So, right now, there's so much hope for the country. The President is serious in terms of his anti-corruption reforms. There are initiatives to strengthen the Anti-Money Laundering Act so that we can go after the proceeds of criminal transactions. And also we're open into engaging other government in terms of running after the corrupt Filipinos who are hiding their ill-gotten wealth in other countries such as the United States and others, okay? And we're also looking into facilitating asset recovery and perhaps conducting lifestyle check among certain vulnerable government officials. So, right now, why am I here? This travel is supposed to be a personal travel, and it is. I filed my personal leave. I am not using any government resource. It is supposed to be a personal leave. It is supposed to be a personal travel that was long promised to my children because I think that I have been as part of a very difficult and stressful experience. However, it turned out to be a vacation that has been so harassed with lots of meetings and lots of negotiations on behalf of the government. But then at the end, I'm also thankful because we're given a lot of opportunities. So before this crowd, perhaps I'm asking a lot of support in terms of, you can provide a lot of information. You're here. You actually knew who they are. You know if they're eating at McDonald's or if they're eating at San Francisco Crowd House, I don't know. You know exactly where their assets are, and I'm just an email away. You could just email me, Heidi_Mendoza, and perhaps I hope that you will really donate, not cash, donate information, and perhaps, share in our struggle, in our long-drawn struggle of trying to make a difference into every Filipino's life, and that can only happen if we are able to clean up our own government. So that's it. I'm opening this floor to lots of question and answer. So.